Anyway, with Albanese away, his Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Richard Marles is the acting Prime Minister. And as such, he gave a media conference this afternoon, which I'll show you in just a moment because it didn't go too well. It was the first time he'd popped his head up since the Labor factions, his Labor faction, tossed aside two cabinet ministers, the former Attorney General Mark Dreyfus, who went quietly, and the former Industry Minister Ed Husic, who spat the dummy and threw a few barbs at Marles on the way out.
The difficult issue here is that we've had sort of barefaced ambition and a Deputy Prime Minister wield a factional club to reshape the ministry. I think when people look at a Deputy Prime Minister, they expect to see a statesman, not a factional assassin.
Factional assassin. So with those two ministers gone and the new ministry sworn in, Marles fronted the media today. These edited highlights will give you a sense of how it all went.
Do you have Ed Husic's blood on your hands?
No, we have gone through obviously what is difficult processes in terms of choosing a ministry. It is a collective process.
Was Mr Husic right to call you a factional assassin?
Look, I'm not going to go into that. As I say, this is a difficult process. We have a lot of really talented people.
Are you a factional assassin though?
Well, again, I don't accept that. These are collective processes. As I said, they are obviously difficult processes.
Are you saying you had nothing to do with this?
I'm saying that these are collective processes.
Did you ignore phone calls from Ed Husic?
Look, again, I'm not going to go into the details of...
Has the factional fighting taken the shine off Labor's win, and what responsibility do you take for that?
No, I don't think so. We have seen a remarkable election victory.
Given the contribution you've just outlined from Mr Dreyfus, why didn't you tell him before the election that you wanted to replace him?
Well, again, I'm not going to go through all of the processes that unfold here. I mean, it is a difficult process.
Did you do this to boost your own potential long-term leadership aspirations?
These are collective processes which are about choosing a front bench in a very difficult set of circumstances.
This looks very sort of cold-blooded and pretty brutal straight after an election.
What happens after an election is we choose a front bench, and it's a difficult process.
Have you spoken to Mr Dreyfus since this decision was
made? I'm not going to go into all of those conversations.
Just whether you've had a conversation.
I'm not about to go into all of those conversations.
Oh, go on. Go into those conversations. These were two cabinet ministers. We ought to know why the Attorney General was dumped and the Industry Minister. These are important jobs when it comes to the nation's future. Were they dumped for better talent or because of ruthless factional rivalries, the factional games that place a lot of store in political power, but not so much in good governance and the national interest? Look, I think we know the answer, but we deserve to know more.